Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited because today I am playing with the brand new 10th anniversary Kat Von D palette. I think that's the name of it. Yeah, so it comes in this beautiful gold box, and on the back it does have all the colors and what their names are. They are not on the eyeshadows. But they are on the back, if you can see that very well, on the back of the palette in the same format that they are on the box. So today, I am going to be giving you like my first impressions, showing you all of the swatches, and doing this eyeshadow look for you to kind of play with it for the first time. So be sure to stick around, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and let's get started. So first I want to start with why I got this palette, because I know a lot of people were not going to buy this palette. You guys know I have a love for color. Now there are a lot of colorful palettes out there. I kind of toss back and forth whether I would buy it or not. I don't own any Kat Von D shadows, so that was kind of the first pro for me to get it. I have wanted to try out the Kat Von D shadows, but I don't want a neutral palette from Kat Von D. She makes such beautiful things, and you know, I missed out on the La Vida Loca palette, and this one came out, and as soon as I saw it on Instagram, I think it was on one of the like probably Trend Mood Instagram account, they show like things coming before they are released. As soon as I saw it, I texted a picture to my sister, and I was like, I'm breaking the no buy for this one. Because I just love the colors and they're so unique. Just a couple to mention. This purple one here is one that I did on my eye today, and it is, actually I think I already swatched it. It's so beautiful, and I'll show you all of the swatches. There's actually like a couple more I like. I really like, there's an army green and a deep teal. I don't have anything like this in my collection. So there they are. You can see how pigmented they are. But one other thing I like is there are a few neutrals, but they don't overtake the palette. So you can do a transition with this one. You've got a really cool gray taupey color right here, and then you've got a warmer transition color right here. You've got a color to do your brow bone highlight with. There's not really an inner corner color to pop with, so I just used a highlighter that I had for today. But then you've got some really pretty warm shades, but not your typical warm palette shade colors. Like you've got, I don't even know what this color would be called. Well, it's called Malice in the palette, but it's like a red orange, like a burnt orange color almost. Then you've got an orange, a really pretty deep golden yellow color. So you just have a lot of colors to play with. But what else I love about this palette, and something that I always look at before I buy one, does it inspire me? Like, do I look at it and think, I don't know which look I'm going to do, because there are so many looks I want to do. So the last palette I had like that, you guys probably already know, was the Weekend Festival palette. I mean, these are very different palettes. You might not look at them and think that. They're very different palettes. And I still can do new colors with this. I watch other people's tutorials, and they do looks that I haven't done yet. And I've probably done 20 different looks with that palette. And I think the same thing is going to be true with this one. So I just look at it and I can think of all the different looks that I want to do with this palette. But then it's like I don't know which color to use because I want to use them all. So that is something that I really look for when I'm getting a palette. Something else I love about this palette is it's limited edition. So and they are all limited edition new shades. So none of these are reused from other palettes. They are all new shades. So they're not something that I'm going to have a lot of. Really the only colors that I'm like, are the brown, because I have like 500 browns, right? And then this color, which is really pretty, it is called Kelly. I'll put it right here. It's like a duochrome blue with a brown shift. I actually think I have one of those kinds of shades from Urban Decay and from NARS. I know ColourPop has one. I think Wet n Wild has one. So that is actually, and actually what was I just watching? I think the new ColourPop palette with Shayla has one in it. Really, those are the only two shades that that I kind of look at and I'm like, palette was $52, which gave me hives a bit. I can honestly say, I think this is the first makeup item I have not used a coupon on or gotten on sale. Like the first ever. I'm pretty sure. That's how, like maybe the first thing ever in my life I have not gotten on sale. And I'm not really sure that I'm exaggerating too much. That's how much I wanted this palette and that I'm excited for this palette. So I did do this look today, and this one look is going to be at the end, but I just kind of wanted to explain my reasoning to you because I know some people were on the fence, some people were like, I'm not getting it, some people wanted it, but that's kind of what I look for in a new palette, just because I do have so many neutral palettes or warm color palettes, or you know, like I want a palette and I'm like, what am I gonna do today? It's like a 164 box of crayons to me is what it's like. What color am I gonna use for this today? To compare to something commonly known, this palette has 16 shades and they are each 1.7 grams, and it was $52. The Naked palettes that everyone goes gaga over and are honestly getting to be a little boring to me, are $54, and they are 12 colors at 1.3 grams each. So you are actually getting a lot more eyeshadow with this and a lot more variety with this. Let's go ahead and get started with the swatches. Okay, so first we have Adele, Ashley, Malice, and Gina. Okay, this one is Malice and this one is Ashley. And then we have Egypt, Sylvia, Lala, and Lafiere, or Lafiere. So that's the top row. For the bottom row, we have Melanie, Alexandra, Nancy, and Catherine, squared. And the last four are Kelly, Sarah, Carolyn, and Chad. So that is the bottom row. Really want to dig into those blues and greens and reds and oranges, but right after I film this, I've got a Mother's Day tea that I'm going to, so I don't want to be like too crazy. I mean, right? Fun color looks will be coming up in the 3 Looks 1 palette. So I think we're just going to start out with Sylvia. And I'm just going to put that in the transition area. So this is a really cool taupe shade, almost a little gray. It is a perfect transition color for a cool look, like with blues, or purples, or greens. And I think I'm going to take Lala, which is this color right here. Know how I would describe that, a deep teal color, and I'm going to put that in just right in that crease area, so not bringing that up for the whole transition, just right in that crease to deepen the crease up. Shade is blending out great, and I know I don't have another color like this. Beautiful. And really that gray taupey color, I don't have another color like that either. Really blending out that deep teal shade. Take a look at that purple. Oh my gosh, that purple is so gorgeous. Alright, well I know, and I'll tell you one thing I love about this color, it has a brow bone highlight on it, about this color, about this palette. And most of my palettes lately have not had like a really good brow bone highlight. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that in. And then I'm going to take this brown color. It's the first one, and it is called Adele. And I'm going to take a little fluffy blending brush, real tiny, like a detail fluffy blending brush. This is the Morphe M507, and just a little bit of that brown. And I'm just going to place that right on the outer V. I guess so far I would say this is the least pigmented one that I've used, although I don't mind because when I use a brown I like for it to just lightly deepen up the outer V. I don't typically use a brown all over my lid or anything that I would want it super pigmented, so I personally like that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to cut crease for that beautiful purple color, which hopefully turns out beautiful on the eye as well. So I'm just going to take my ColourPop concealer, and this is the Morphe 142 concealer brush, and I'm just going to pop that over the eye, not bringing it all the way to the edge. I'm going to use that same brush to apply the purple. Oh, guys. That is so pretty. I for sure don't have anything like this. Super in love with that purple color. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and go back in with the brush that I used to apply the teal without applying anything else on the brush, and just kind of blend that right out there. And there's not really an inner corner highlight that I want to use from this palette. So I'm going to take my Aurora, is it the Aurora? Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia, and I'm going to use this purple color right here. And just pop that on the inner corner. Let's go ahead and do some bottom lash line color here. I'm going to take my, I know what brush I want. This is the Morphe M432 brush. That's the very flat one. And I'm going to take that deep teal color and just start from the inner corner and go almost all the way across. And then I'm going to take the purple color and do the rest of the way. Kind of pulling it into the teal color. And then I'm going to take the purple from the Aurora Glow Kit and just bring it right in there, just to bring that whole look together. So I'm going to go ahead and do some liner and mascara, and I'll be back. Alright, so I have finished up the eyes. So I added in, this is the Maybelline Lasting Drama Light Liner in Moonlit Purple to the inner rim. And I put on the L'Oreal Tinted Mascara Primer, Tinted Primer for mascara, and the Collab High Rise Mascara. And then I used the NYX Epic Ink Liner to do my cat eyes. So here is the finished look. I'm loving it. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with a nude lip since I've got kind of a darker purple eye. And this is the Sephora lipsticks, what are they called? Lip Stories in Tan Lines. It's just a really nude neutral color. They're very creamy. That is the first look with the Kat Von D 10th Anniversary palette. Overall, so far, I am loving this palette. The only thing I would say so far is that the glittery ones, I would definitely use some kind of concealer or pigment primer, something for, or glitter primer, something for it to stick to so you don't get fallout from it. And then that brown was not quite as pigmented as I would expect a brown to be. But for me, that's okay because I like a brown with a little less pigment in it. So it just kind of helps me to blend out that outer V a little easier. So there will be 3 more looks coming up on this channel with a 3 looks 1 palette, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And then I will of course do more looks on my Instagram account. But I am definitely loving all of the colors in here and all the different looks that I could get from this palette. That's my first impression swatches. First look from this palette. Don't forget to like this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.